Right on in. So what's up, everyone? My name's Kristen Carpentier. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I love giving you an insider's look about what it's like living here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And lately, I love driving you all through the great towns and cities that make up the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Today, we're talking all about Lewisville, Texas. I'm driving through one of kind of like the main roads that takes you through Lewisville. It's going to take you over to the 35 freeway, and just giving you a little bit of an insider's look of these particular neighborhoods and what you're going to find if you are thinking of moving here to the Lewisville area. Now, the population of Lewisville, it's actually pretty big compared to a lot of other areas, and it's over 135,000 residents. And it does make up over 37 square miles. So a little bit bigger than some of these other areas, and obviously a pretty big population. Now, as we kind of talk about the location, accessibility, and all of these housing options, we're definitely going to get into a lot of that. But driving you through one of these areas as I make my way over to the freeway, we're on the west side of the 35 freeway, just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea where we're at. There is going to be a lot of commercial options, a lot of things to do, but more importantly, let's talk a little bit more about where Lewisville is located. Now, when we're talking about some of these major cities, Lewisville is located about 30 minutes straight north of downtown Dallas off of the 35 East freeway. And the 35 East freeway is going to travel straight up almost right through, kind of through the center of the city of Lewisville, and will take you all the way up into the city of Denton. Now, over here, I'm going to kind of take you down to a little bit of the commercial area, Main Street, that does take you right through the center of Lewisville, heading east and west, and give you a little bit of an idea of what that looks like, so that you can see, a little bit of the commercial shopping and things that we have here in the city of Lewisville. Now, because of its location, it makes it a really convenient suburb for a lot of people who might be working downtown, or maybe you do work over in the Frisco area. Once you kind of get on the more east side of Lewisville, then we're going to start to border areas like Plano, the Colony, and it's going to make it really easy to get over into the city of Frisco, for example. So another great thing about the city of Lewisville, if you're kind of considering where to live and why this location might be a great option, is certainly going to be the affordability factor. Now, because of its location and just having access to get to some of these bigger cities, you get a little bit more of a slower pace type of a vibe when you are living in Lewisville. Obviously, the closer you get to the freeway, where you're going to have a lot of the stores and commercial options, definitely it's going to be much busier, especially when you're thinking of traffic and that kind of thing to get to some of these other areas. But when you get off of the freeway into some of these little neighborhoods, you're going to certainly get that more family-friendly, close-knit, quiet type of an atmosphere. Now, because you do have such easy access to a lot of these highways with this 35 highway, with a 35 freeway heading up north right through the middle of Lewisville, you also have the 121 Sam Rayburn Tollway that is going to be along the south side of the city of Lewisville, which is going to kind of break it up which is going to kind of separate Lewisville from the city of Coppell. Now, not sure you can totally see right here where we're at on Main Street, getting over here to the 35 freeway as we kind of cross over the 35 off of Main Street. We do have a Sam's Club right here on Main Street. And when you get further down south, on the south end, on the Coppell border where the 121 is, that's where you're going to have your Costco. So for those of you who need all of your big box shopping, Lewisville is going to have it all. And that's just a very small portion of what you're going to be able to find here. Now, the city of Lewisville is certainly growing, and because it's in almost the heart of everything, it is just a really busy, growing suburb. And you're going to have everything from single family homes, townhomes, condos, and a lot of apartment type offerings in the city of Lewisville as well. So thinking of kind of moving here, maybe getting your feet wet because of the location, it really does have something for everybody if you're considering moving here to Lewisville. Now as we continue now as we're driving a little bit further east, we have now crossed over the 35 East Freeway, and Main Street is going to take us right into downtown, Old Town Lewisville. So where things happen, where everything is going on, as you can see, they are building more apartment complexes right here. So as we head into the Old Town main part of this downtown area of Lewisville, there's been a lot of revitalization happening. As you can see, more commercial is going in with apartments up below and commercial options down on the main level, street level of things. And then we're going to have all of these commercial options right here as well. Now, this is where, if you are going to be coming to some of the events that Lewisville has, this is where they're all going to be taking place. They have a fantastic bridal store over here. You know, the little Main Street Mercantile Vintage Market, not quite sure if that kind of showed you the sign right there. But then a lot more of these apartments and event spaces. So the Sparrow on Main is another great little event space that I've been to multiple times. And then this is where Lewisville City Hall is as well. So they are one-way streets right here in the downtown part of things, but just kind of wanted to drive you right through here so that you could take a quick little look of the other side of things. Okay, so next up, I want to get into the real estate side of things because, of course, that's why we're here. Now, when it comes to houses in Lewisville, you honestly can find something for everybody. Every taste, every budget. So whether you want a starter home, you're okay for, you know, getting into a house in this particular area because you do not want to be 2 hours away because you actually need to commute for work. We have a lot of homes in some very family-friendly neighborhoods, but where you're looking for, we'll call it more of the newer construction, is going to be more on the east side of town. And one of the biggest master plan communities in the area is going to be called Castle Hills. Now there's multiple different sections of Castle Hills, and you can find homes ranging from the $400,000 range, but you can also find very high-end custom homes in close to the $4 million range if you are looking to maybe get into the gated community that they have in the area of Castle Hills. But this is the master plan community that they have over here, and probably one of the main biggest ones that they actually do have in Lewisville, because the majority of the areas, I will say, actually do not have an HOA, and you're not going to have all of the amenities in some of these, like most of the master plan communities have. But definitely, if that's what you're looking for, Castle Hills is certainly going to be the area that you're going to want to focus on if you're looking to make the move into this particular area, for example. So just kind of knowing that Lewisville does have such pretty diverse price points, and knowing that you can find something for everybody, the location just really kind of is ideal. And of course, if you want more information about exactly where to move, types of homes, and exact price points, reach out to me, and I'm sure I'd definitely be happy to kind of narrow those down for you and show you some options based on what it is that you're looking for. So as you can see, driving through Castle Hills, we have this big, beautiful golf course and these little rolling hills, lots of trees. And then a lot of these gorgeous custom homes, they're going to be overlooking the golf course and back up to it. A couple of them have these big, beautiful infinity edge pools. So again, really different price points on what you can find out here in the Castle Hills area here in Lewisville. Here in Castle Hills, you can also find single family homes. They have townhomes, and they do also have a little bit of new construction out here in Castle Hills as well. Now, for the most part, the new construction is currently really just kind of the townhomes that you can get out here, and that price point is going to be in the high $600,000 range. But if you are looking for a lot of new construction single family homes, that's not really what we're having out here in the Lewisville area right now, but we do definitely have townhome options So that's going to bring down the affordability factor a little bit as well. So reach out to me if you have any questions on any of that, and I'm more than happy to set you up on a search and certainly give you an idea of where to look if you're thinking of relocating here to the Lewisville area. So when we're talking about the average price point of a home here in Lewisville being $425,000, as you can tell, compared to a lot of these other cities, the average price point is much lower than some of these other areas. But with it being $425,000, the majority of the homes are going to be in the $300,000 to like $450,000 range, and that's going to be probably over half of them. You are going to have some of them that are going to be over $1 million, and like I said, even up to $4 million, which is going to tend to skew that data a little bit. Now, if you're considering a move based on school district, not only location, or maybe you need all of those, Lewisville is definitely known for having a really great school district, a really strong reputation, and it has been around for a very long time. Two of the schools within the LISD have been around for years and years. Lewisville High School as well as Marcus High School. Now, even with LISD, we've talked about it in multiple videos. Marcus High School and Flower Mound High School are in the Flower Mound area, but we have Lewisville High School and Hebron High School, which is a newer high school compared to the other ones, on the east side of the city of Lewisville. So if you are kind of considering based on a particular location and you maybe want to be within certain boundaries of schools, I do this all the time, where sometimes people are more concerned with, I'd really like my kids to go to this particular school. We can certainly run searches on that, but we always say go into niche.com, read a little bit more information on these particular schools, but also I am always more than happy to have a conversation about them. I've known people who have been in multiple different schools over here within LISD. It's all dependent on location. So if you're okay with a starter home, something a little bit more affordable on the west side of town, well, you're probably going to be zoned for Lewisville High School. But then if you're on further part of the east side of town, in some of these newer master plan communities or newer neighborhoods over here, then you're probably going to be zoned for Hebron High School. Now, fun fact about Hebron High School, for example, or LISD as a whole, actually, if your kids are interested in any sort of the arts, especially within marching band, because we all know that that is a huge deal here in Texas. In fact, growing up, I was musical. My brother, actually a million years ago, was in the high school marching band, and then even went on to be a part of the ASU marching band. Well, here in Texas, we take it to a whole new level. And when they go to these state competitions, 3 out of the top 5 spots at the state level all come from LISD. So Hebron High School, Marcus High School, and Flower Mound High School. So that's something that you're into. Just a little fun fact that a lot of people don't realize quite how big of a deal it is, because people always talk about sports here in Texas, especially football, but other things are a really big deal. And Hebron High School, for example, gets a lot of awards for a lot of things like academics, as well as some different sports, and certainly even their marching band. So kind of like to throw that out there, because every school district is different, and depending on what interests your kids, another really great thing about moving to one of these areas in particular, and particularly being a part of a great school district like LISD. So Lewisville, one of the bigger ones here in the area, multiple high schools. I know we talk about some of these different areas, how there might only be one high school, like in Argyle, for example, or Allen just has the one high school. So, but here in Lewisville, we do have 4, and 2 of them do happen to be within Flower Mound. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there. If you have any more questions, as always, reach out, let me know. But more importantly, I love it when you guys leave comments down below and let me know what you think about some of these areas, and if you have any specific questions that you want me to touch on for the next video, because we are always trying to expand on them and add new information and new features based on what people are asking for. So I absolutely love it. Now, I wanted to drive you through Railroad Park, which is out here in the city of Lewisville as well. If you have kids or dogs, you'll be spending a lot of time out here just because of how massive it is and everything that they have out here. Now, Railroad Park is over 269 acres. It has 16 different sport fields, from baseball to soccer to football. So again, depending on the sports that your kids might be playing, you'll be spending a lot of time out here, especially if you live within the area. Now, it also has 3 lakes that they do use for irrigation. They have a 1.5 mile perimeter jogging, walking trail that does hook up with the regional Trinity Trail system. And with their multiple sports fields, it's going to be super busy every single weekend, and even a lot of nights throughout the week if your kids have games throughout the week. But they're going to have the dog park and the skate park, and especially when the weather's nice, you're going to see a lot of people out here. We used to bring our kids when they were younger out to the skate park, and they would bring their scooters and their skateboards, and just another really great place to go and hang out, especially with as big as it is. And the nice part about having such a big walking and jogging path, if you're spending a lot of weekends out here with your kids for multiple games, you might as well get your steps in during practice. And it's just a nice area that you can kind of come out here. You see kids with their bikes and with their scooters, because it could just certainly be a family affair if you're gonna have to spend a lot of time out here at this park. But just kind of wanted you to be able to see how big it was, and just kind of let you know that if you do live in the area, not even necessarily within specifically the city of Lewisville, but this is where you're gonna be playing a lot of your sports. Of course, as you get in with club sports and different things, you will be playing in different fields all throughout the Metroplex, but just kind of want to highlight this just because it is so big here in the DFW area. So why might somebody consider making a move here to the city of Lewisville? Well, one of the big things that I will say is location, affordability, and also the type of growth and opportunity that we're going to have here. And as always, the quality of life and the different amenities and shopping and things that you get by living in this particular area. You have everything you need here in Lewisville. It's a great location for commuting to Dallas, up into Denton. So if you're looking for some low maintenance living here in Lewisville and you want to live in a townhome, you don't want all of that maintenance and that upkeep, well, there's going to be a lot of different options here in Lewisville. You have newer construction options right off of the 35 freeway. You have them over in the Castle Hills area off of the 121, or near the 121 tollway, getting you into the Colony and Frisco Plano area. And you also have a lot of them on the south part of Lewisville near Costco, for example. So if you also want single family home, you don't want to be in an HOA, plenty of neighborhoods in Lewisville where you can find that. But you also have some newer construction neighborhoods over in the Castle Hills area on the east side of Lewisville. So if you want more specifics about what you can get here, you want to know the different schools, what types of homes you can get based on the borders of some particular schools here in Lewisville, I got that for you as well. But as always, we love it when you leave your comments down below. Kind of let us know what you love seeing in these videos, what you want to see next, what we may have left out, because when you get into a big city, it's hard to give you all of the information, but we do like to hit on those highlights to give you a feel of what it's like living in these particular areas. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All my information is always down below. And until next time, take care.